Today we discuss types or phases of death. This more correctly is a phases of death rather than types. That two phases, somatic, also known as clinical or systemic death. Second is the molecular or cellular death. Somatic, clinical or systemic death. The term death commonly implied means somatic death. It is due to complete and irreversible cessation of vital functions of the body, that is, cessation of innervation, cessation of circulation, cessation of respiration. These are the tripod of life. Failure of these lead to death. Somatic death means that the individual will never again communicate or deliberately interact with the environment. The individual is irreversible unconsciously and unaware of both the world and his own existence. The irreversible loss of the integrating and coordinating functions of the person or organism as a whole is referred to as somatic death. These are different definitions. This is the initial stage of biological disintegration in which the law is interested. Its recognition entitles a medical practitioner to certify that death has occurred or death is declared. Therefore, it is called as moment of death. The moment of death is a legal fiction. The biological truth is quite different. Biologically, we die in bits and pieces. Signs of somatic death. As already mentioned, the death commonly implied means somatic death is a cessation of vital functions of body. First is cessation of innervation. Also, cessation of innervation, there is an insensibility and loss of EEG rhythm. EEG, electroencephalogram graph. The insensibility means loss of sensation, that is perception of touch, perception of pain, perception of temperature, and the loss of voluntary power to move, loss of all reflexes, that are the brainstem reflexes. These signs are non-conclusive because, as the above mentioned signs are also found in vagal inhibition, epilepsy, drowning, and electrocution. A doctor must be careful to declare death in above circumstances. And these non-conclusive signs, if associated with loss of EEG rhythm for continuous 5 minutes, make them conclusive sign or evidence of death. When insensibility, a loss of perception of touch, pain, temperature, loss of voluntary power of move, along with the flat EEG electroencephalograph for 5 minutes is sufficient to declare death. Cessation of circulation. Circulation clinically demonstrated by checking peripheral pulses or central, sometimes carotid pulse, or auscultate the heart sounds. In situation where heart sounds not heard, when they are so feeble to become audible, there may be a thick chest wall of the patient, medical condition emphysema, heart sound may not be auscultated properly. But these signs, along with flat ECG, electrocardiograph, is conclusive or acceptable as a evidence of death. Cessation of respiration. And there is no respiratory movements of thorax or abdomen, or sounds, respiratory sounds, auscultation over the lung area, settle the issue. Unconsciousness and loss of all reflexes. Indicating that there is a cerebral and cerebellar functions are lost. Muscular flaccidity. Muscular flaccidity are also known as primary flaccidity, occurs upon failure of cerebral and cerebellar function. All muscles lose their tone. Muscular flaccidity, primary flaccidity. Eyelids droop, lower jaw droop, pupil dilate, muscles soft and flabby, joint flexible, sphincters relax, may result in incontinence of urine, feces. But muscle still react to external stimuli. In somatic death, muscle is still reactive to the external stimuli, maybe mechanical, electrical, or chemical. Mechanical, continuous hurting over the tendon of bicep leads to muscle fasciculation. Electric stimuli to the nerve causes contraction of the muscle. The muscle react to external stimuli up to 45 minutes of death, somatic death. Sweat glands and pupil can still respond to pharmacological stimuli up to 2 to 3 years after death. The tissue reaction is alkaline. The pupil respond to pharmacological stimuli, means atropine causes mydriasis, dilatation of pupil. Pilocarpine causes meiosis, constriction of pupil. There's a difference between primary muscular flaccidity and secondary muscular flaccidity. Primary muscular flaccidity is a sign of somatic death, occurs immediately after death, and muscle responds to stimuli. While in secondary muscular flaccidity occurs after 36 hours, is the early sign of molecular death, where muscles do not respond to mechanical or electrical stimuli. Eye signs. Loss of corneal and light reflexes. Eye globe tension is decreased. Eye globe feels softer and sunken. The eye globe tension is decreased, means the intraocular pressure become half at death. Normally it's about 20 to 25, 23 millimeter of mercury. It becomes half at death, as low as 8 in 30 minutes and nil by 2 hours. Intraocular pressure nil by 2 hours after death, somatic death. Cornea and pupil. Cornea becomes insensitive, loses its glistening reflectivity, which is brought by the secretion of lacrimal gland, as cessation of the all circulation and vital function cease, so there is no secretion of lacrimal gland. So cornea become insensitive, corneal light reflex is lost and loses its glistening reflectivity. Pupil, they are fixed, unreactive pupil. Pupil assumed mid-dilated position. A irregular, uneven size of pupil indicates antemortem abnormality of iris rather than postmortem sign. Sclera, Tachy Neuer. Although this is not a specific sign for the somatic death, but when the eyes remain open, a Tachy Neuer is composed of cellular debris, mucus, and dust. When the eyes remain open, exposed, two yellow triangles of desiccated discoloration appear on each side of cornea and on the medial canthus or the lateral canthus of the eye. Within few hours, they become brown and then sometimes almost black, giving rise the name Tachy Neuer. This is only non-specific sign. When eyes remain open, this collection of dust, cell debris and mucus causes the brown to black tinge over the medial canthus of eye and lateral canthus of the eye over the sclera. Retina. Retina provides one of the earliest sign of death, known as retinal segmentation, because of cessation of circulation allows the blood to break up into segments, also known as cattle trucking, similar to trucks in a railway train. So retinal segmentation is one of the earliest signs to declare death without doubt. On ophthalmoscopy, one can see the retinal segmentation. As there are many end arteries supplied to the organs, brain, kidneys, eye arteries, they are end arteries. As eye is accessible on the ophthalmoscope, shows the early segmentation breakup in the blood flow, which indicates that death is occurred. And this sign differentiated somatic death from apparent death or suspended animation, in which the vitals are so low pitched one cannot appreciate. But on retinal ophthalmoscopy, will settle the issue. Tachynoir. Look at the eyes, the triangular mass over the medial canthus and lateral canthus with medial canthus and lateral canthus with there is a fixed dilated pupil, a corneal opacity. This is a slide of Tachynoir. Here the little tinge. This slide shows the retinal segmentation. Look at the arrows which showing there is no blood supply. As the retinal arteries are end arteries with no collateral circulation, the sign is more prominent in those areas which are supplied by the end arteries. Cessation of circulation. Corneal reflex. Diagnosis of death. Inspection. Inspection. In inspection, we see the chest movement, abdominal movements, even eye movements, and palpation. We palpate the peripheral pulses, radial, brachial, even carotid. In auscultation, we auscultate the heart sound, respiratory sound. Percussion has no value in declaration of death. Percussion is commonly used to diagnose disease on the dullness or resonant sounds. And further confirmed by flat EEG for 5 minutes, flat ECG for 5 minutes, and with the help of ophthalmoscopy to see the retinal segmentation. Flat ECG. This is known as oscilloscope. This is a oscilloscopy is a monitor which showing heart rate, pulse rate, oxygen saturation. This is a monitor. In an ICU setting, there is a monitor or oscilloscopy. There is a difficulty in diagnosis of somatic death with the apparent death or suspended animation. In my first lecture, I told you the suspended animation is a condition when all the vitals, they are so low pitched, cannot appreciate it, cannot demonstrate it clinically. So retinal segmentation on ophthalmoscopy settle the issue. If there is a segmentation, means somatic death. If there is a continuation of blood supply, means person is in apparent death. Many conditions, hypothermia, electrocution, drowning, newborn infant, there may be a condition of apparent death, suspended animation, and patient may recover on resuscitation. There's the importance of distinction between somatic and molecular death. Why we study these two phases of death? There's the importance first to pronounce death or to dispose of the dead body or for organ transplantation. From somatic death, still different organs, they withstand with the oxygen deprivation. So this is a real time where organs, graft or transplantation can be done. There is a survival periods of organs after somatic death. This is the crucial period for organ transplant. Cerebral cortex, the